Okay.
That's obviously quite clear at this point.
Much of my own research based upon this simple design. If only I had known. Ah, Commander, excellent timing. There's been some progress. I've managed to break down several key components of the chip implanted into your skull. My analysis reveals that its primary function was that of a conduit, passing a vast amount of data directly to your cerebral cortex. With the primary connection severed, much of that data is lost. Several fragments do remain, however, ghosts, if you will. Observe. Tactical combat simulations, war games. The sheer volume of encounters you were processing was astounding. It is truly remarkable that you survived as long as you did. Though this may seem disconcerting, there is still some good news. This chip bears a striking resemblance to a medical implant I briefly assisted in developing at the gene therapy clinic in New Providence. My understanding was that the implants were intended for high-ranking Advent officers only, captains or above. Retrieving a chip from such an officer would be the only way to know for certain. A greater understanding of these implants will undoubtedly benefit us all, Commander.
Yeah, he has the scars.
Objective added.
Alright then.
And we have
So,
an officer.
complete the Advent officer autopsy research.
The Advent officers have clearly been modified to allow for their subordinates to receive new orders psionically. The implanted chip is the key.
I see.
Weird.
So it seems like they were planning to convert me into,
Like a super exalt.
yeah,
Or
like
not exalt.
a super Advent commander. Interesting. Alright.
Because we were the best
Right.
human commanders. So if they
Exactly.
made us into Advent, we'd be
Yeah, we would.
unstoppable.
Yeah.
And
so let's
Scott
see
says,
here.
And that explains every player and playthrough of EU.
Yeah.
Because it was all combat sims going on in our brain.
Exactly.
So we
So
didn't win.
it's kind of retconning it, saying that the entire campaign, and that actually kind of explains some of the cryptic messages we received from the elders at the end of EU, because they were saying we have such potential, etc., etc. And then it seemed as though we were able to defeat them pretty effortlessly. I mean, all things considered.
Yeah.
And that's because they were kind of communicating with us via the program. So it's an interesting retcon of the timeline. So this isn't really an alternate series of events. It's the real series of events as far as what's happened in the XCOM campaign in time. That's interesting. I
So
like
it's
that.
After the base invasion, it's all sims.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like I said,
all
most
simulation.
of EW is just our imagination? Yeah.
It isn't imagination so much as it is programmed simulation that we're experiencing as though it were real due to cerebral integration to the simulation. That's interesting.
That's amazing. And they kept us in a secure facility.
Yeah.
And they were so freaked out when they found us.
Well, yeah, because they'd already invested so much,
I think
effort
we
into.
were going to be their Advent general.
All right then. So that's an interesting little story development. With little time to prepare, we were focused to conduct an extremely invasive procedure on the commander in order to remove what appeared to be an implant carefully enmeshed within the occipital lobe. Although all indications were that the device was not designed for removal, concerns as to the commander's potential longevity and the risk of possible remote manipulation by the aliens left us with little alternative. Despite my concerns, the commander has so far felt no lasting effects from the procedure and appears to be recovering ahead of expectations. As for the chip itself, my initial findings are alarming, to say the least. The device is psionically driven by the latent energy of the subject's brain, in this case, the commander. More importantly, it appears the device functions as both a transmitter and receiver, relaying information via some form of psionic link. Even after removal, I've had to shield the device to contain the residual psionic effect field, surrounding the implant itself for fear of what it might be capable of. If my current theory is correct, the commander may have played a more important role in Advent's operations than we could possibly have imagined. Huh. Let's see here. Choose new research. Modular weapons, hybrid materials, Advent officer autopsy. So that's what we're working with. Aside from the variety of fascinating genetic enhancements found in Advent troopers, the officers appear to be augmented further with some kind of biomechanical implant. I believe this allows for some form of communication throughout the alien hierarchy. If we were able to somehow tap into this system, I wonder what we might hear.
The Advent officers appear to be similar, if not physically the same as the common Advent trooper in terms of power and agility. However, field reports indicate a more developed mental acuity, as the officers do provide tactical directives to the subordinate Advent forces.
They haven't gotten less icky with
Find
this.
that area of research to be among the more intriguing options available. We'll begin work immediately. I'll send word when a complete report is available.
Looks like Shen got that converter up and running, Commander. We're ready for you on the bridge.
Alright then.
They haven't made the autopsies any less gross in this version.
Just stay clear of the perimeter, understood? Commander, good. Think we got something here. Despite all of Advent's efforts, there are still people who refuse to believe their lies. And it's time we let them know they're not alone. We've already located a target for our first operation.
Sir, given our current location, there's actually no way the Sky Ranger could reach that position.
Who said anything about the Sky Ranger? Shen, status report. Are we ready?
Short answer, yes. But you might all want to hold on to something.
Setting course for the Arctic territories.
We're ready to start making moves, Commander. By hitting Advent wherever we find them, we can help strengthen the resistance. In return, they'll contribute material and personnel to support our operations.
Alright then.
Chills.
Guerrilla Ops. We acquired a new target for our guerrilla operations against Advent. Review targets.
So much chills.
Operation Doomstrike. Objective, destroy the alien relay. Reward, Dr. Janus Meyer, engineer.
Wait, our engineers get named now?
Apparently.
That's cool.
Alright.
Commander, it looks like Shen prepped a med kit for us. We should equip one of our soldiers with it before they deploy.
Oh god, that
Okay.
hair.
Yeah.
We-
Oh. Can I, yeah. We're gonna...
Oh, we can't. Oh my gosh.
We're gonna...
Lisa? Lisa, no. Why don't you just give her different hair?
I'm just gonna... You know what, you can... There you go. That's all we're gonna mess with for now.
Scarlett says, or that guy says, can you say captured alien craft? This guy says captured and refitted.
Okay, so...
you
I think...
give someone the thing.
Yeah, we're actually going to create our squad mates from the people that were promoted.
We can't
So...
yet.
Sure I can.
Those are all rookies left.
I know.
We can't. They're all gravely injured.
Oh yeah, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're still recovering. So then... Okay. Ah, Ignatiev! Hey! Whoa.
That's not the same one.
So, there's a couple of those. Alright, so it's siblings.
So change the hair, please.
Sir. Sir.
Just remove that hair entirely.
Could you consider yourself a professional for just a second? Please.
Are we sure we don't want to just change his hair in general?
We're good. We'll make some more, detailed adjustments another time. There we are.
Lord, it's awful. Okay, so somebody needs to have the...
Yeah, I heard. It's These are all rooks, so...
Lord, that was horrifying. Marcus says,
Medkits.
get yourself a small Canadian.
Small Canadian.
That guy says, I see the XCOM members like playing as Kyle.
Apparently.
Says, remove the atomic hair.
They are into their cosplay,
He
man.
says, nope, no professional, no way.
Sky Ranger deployed.
The squad is ready to deploy on your order, Commander.
Alright then. So, I think considering the cutout of the stream there, as per what I've done with some other streams, if it cuts, I'll just consider that another chapter. So at this point, commence Chapter 2 of the stream series, XCOM 2. And I'll just keep from mentioning the actual chapter numbers in the intros of this particular series. Alright then. Commence the mission.
A hidden alien communications relay in this area is being used by Advent to transmit critical data back to their network. The loss of that data will stop their latest project in its tracks, so we're moving in to destroy the relay before they complete the transfer. We're expecting a strong contingent of security forces. Neutralize them and secure the site. Destroy that relay at all costs.
In other words, we don't want them to get whatever they had. Some slums district, Needle City.
Novgorod. Somewhere in Russia.
Well, they did say it was the Arctic territories.
Menace 1-5, the communications relay is up ahead. Move in and destroy the target.
The squad is concealed.
That guy asked if anyone's seen the Mirror's Edge Catalyst trailer yet.
I have. I'm a little underwhelmed.
You'll have to show it to me later, lad.
It's... I don't know. It's channeling a different spirit than the original.
Oh, no.
I'll wait and see. I'll withhold my judgment of it. I can't say I'm excited. I was incredibly excited for the prospect of a sequel to it. I just... I ain't sure what to make yet of what we've seen of the one to come. Alright, where's my objective? Destroy the relay. So, it is clear across the map. Alright. Let's just take this careful.
Target location.
I have 8 turns to make it a ways.
Roger. I got my eyes on it.
I'll just make sure at least one of our squad is covering the advance of the rest.
Rolling out.
You have 8 turns.
I have eyes on the enemy.
I wonder. Alright, so I have the objective of neutralizing all targets. Could I keep from their detection, complete my primary objective, and then engage them all? Like, could I stealth my way, avoiding their attention to the relay?
Oh, love?
Eh.
Scarlet says also cities will give you away. They see you as the bad guy.
Oh, that's right, because of the whole propaganda thing. Alright, good to know.
Ghost says, I'm so glad they changed the style of the cutscenes. I strongly disliked the cutscenes in the old one.
They were pretty minimalistic.
On the move.
Got it covered.
Here we are. Hi. Ah, crap. Alright, well. So much for the stealth plan.
I don't like the sectoids.
Wasn't counting on that.
Heading to that location.
At least I have someone in high cover. Alright. Put him down hard. There we are.
Ghost says they were drawn.
Yeah.
You give me live action cutscenes. At least as close as the game goes, that is.
Drawn cutscenes can work. They just weren't really done all that well in the original.
Ghost is like, I am definitely buying this game.
It's pretty snazzy.
I almost want to try and see how crap I am at it on my own.
Covered.
Move in a designated position.
Because my love has absolutely played more games like this than I have. The weird spine thing freaks me out too. Like the
Yeah.
weird, like spiny.
Alright.
Hostile neutralized.
So, compromised and all, we're still moving her forward, alright.
Yeah.
I just need to stay careful.
They looked good, maybe, but they look like crappy comic book pages done by the cheapest artist possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Can't argue with that.
Marcus suggests tossing a nade
Yeah.
because they're all great.
Yeah.
That's a cool car. I like the car.
Come on, stay close together. He's raising the Advent guy.
That's just disturbing. Just as I prefer quality cutscenes. Not
So, sectoids are a lot more insidious now, it seems.
well, they're definitely creepier looking, I think.
Yeah.
They were almost cute before.
Alright, so we need to concentrate fire on that one. Who have you got a shot on? Don't waste your shot on that. Damn. Well, I can't do much with him from here. Unless I can move him there. Because then he's flanked with that guy. Alright, fine. Put a shot on that guy, maybe I'll get lucky. Here we go.
I'm on the move.
I have to take the chance. Come on. Come on. Yes! Excellent.
Kill confirmed.
Alright.
This one might be carrying something.
Does that count? It isn't showing as red, so I don't think it's compromised cover. Alright.
Getting out.
Let's move there. There we go. Don't worry about him. Damn. I have such a superior shot on that, though. Alright, just get rid of it. There we are. Alright. That way, my flank isn't compromised anymore. So it looks like, no, they don't melt the second time. Can they just indefinitely raise them, or can they only do it once?
Oh, no.
I'd imagine the frame can only sustain so much damage.
That guy says Far Cry 4 is on sale for $20 and Blood Dragon's on sale for $3.47. Anyone recommend them at those prices?
I can't say, as I haven't actually played either of them. I have them, I just haven't played either of them. What are you up to?
Was that her panicking?
Mm-hmm.
So her panic equals shoot.
Panic fire.
But she hit him.
No, she didn't.
No, she didn't.
No.
I'm on the move. Brothers, covering out.
I'm running low on time. Get over there to the cover. Secure the pickup and let's get moving. Alarium core.
What is
Powers
that?
all alien weaponry we've encountered. We can use it to create experimental weapons, armors, and ammunitions.
Cool.
Advanced scope. And an aim bonus to any weapon it's attached to. Excellent.
That's
Alright then.
I got it.
I need to start customizing my gear.
So we'll have to pick it up if anybody falls.
I got a shot. Just keep him pinned in there. Come on! So if they get shot, Overwatch removes. Yeah.
The alien transmission is still active and we're running out of time.
I'm aware of that, Central.
Pull the relay and take it out. ASAP.
Working on it. Can I hit him from here? Alright, you know what? I can't afford to linger on this any longer. There we are. Messy solution. It works. Alright, just
Double time.
get on it.
Objective in range.
Uh-huh.
Admin forces sighted.
Hi. Cheers to you, gents.
I have to say, I like their style.
Already there.
Yeah, the aesthetics of Advent stuff is pretty snazzy, can't lie. Alright, so they're marked. I assume marked means shots against that target have an increased chance to connect.
I think so.
Taking fire over here.
Alright,
Orders
Move up.
confirmed. On the move.
do I have a shot from here? I do. It ain't much of one. Jesus! What is that rifle chambered in?
Magic. That's my vote. It is chambered in magic. I do like the technological upgrades we all seem to have. That's a civ that's freaking out.
Because it's on fire.
That poor civilian's just like, oh my god.
Why is my house on fire?
Got it.
Alright, just do the thing. Can I not? Oh, I'm supposed to destroy this thing.
Yeah.
For some reason I was moving like I was supposed to hack it. Alright, get to cover.
On target location.
And put some fire on it. There we are. Ah, crap.
How much?
It's sturdy!
Oh,
Oh, it has one
more.
peg left. Alright. I can work with that. I can't get to... Well, I might have a shot from here. Yep. There we are. Alright, well, it ain't much. Take the shot, though. Missed.
Not even close. Get in the water here.
They are incredibly nimble. Oh, that's close. Yeah, I think I called it with what the mark does. Hey, where you going? Alright, he's just flanking around to get another shot.
In other words,
He seems angry.
Mission signal is fading. They've all This is your last chance to take out that relay.
I'm aware. Crap. Don't have any grenades. Alright. I wonder. If I move there, can I fire through that gap in the wall? Oh wait, I can fire from here. What am I talking about? There we go. Finish it. There we are.
Menace 1-5, we confirm destruction of the relay. The alien transmission is down. Eliminate any remaining hostiles and move to evac.
Alright then. Whew, this is gonna get rough. Well. Put shots on the commander. I didn't want you to shoot at his foot! I want you to shoot at his face! Fantastic. Alright. I can eliminate him with the grenade. Damn. Ooh. I can move there. That'll work. Grenade out. Can I affect him? I can only get the one. Alright, fine.
Ghost says, oops, sorry, sir. Well, they've all earned their promotions, I'm pretty sure. At this point.
There we are. Why did my HUD just flicker? Something ain't right. Something... I'm sensing like an overarching plot line that there are subtle hints at early in the game.
Well, they're more insidious this time than they were, and they were plenty insidious before.
Yeah. I'm sensing there's something happening even as we speak that we simply haven't seen all of yet. There's something happening. Can I get in there? Here we go.
Moving out.
Ah, come on, man.
Not good. Get in the water here. Orders, get back.
Let's just close and keep up the pressure and keep putting fire on them. Sup? Are we sure any of these people are soldiers?
No.
Because there ain't a marksman amongst them.
They're not. I'm pretty sure all the militaries got wiped out, systematically destroyed.
I know.
These are volunteers who have maybe a couple days at the range. And they know how to reload. I think that's about it.
Reloaded.
Hey, hey.
The ghost says, nope, we all suck, sir.
Oh!
No, Greta! She died. They're all rooks.
Uh-huh.
So I said, remember the crosshair I told you about?
Uh-huh. Could have sworn I already had her reload.
I think it was the girl who just died.
Moving out.
Reloaded for.
Hi, asshole. How's it going? Finally! Headshot!
Hostile neutralized. Status confirmed. All hostiles are down and the area is secure. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Alright. Well, it wasn't completely clean. Still came away a success, though.
Poor Greta. She was the one who did the most damage.
No, she isn't. Oh, wait, yeah, she is. I thought it was Nakamura there for a second.
She died. She will be remembered.
I like these cutscenes. Ignatiev, get some rest, soldier. Report to medbay.
Promote them.
Yeah. Alright. Specialists. Grenadier. And a sharpshooter. Alright then.
2 of those are actually available.
So, Larium Core, Advanced Scope, Advent Trooper Corps, Sectoid, Advent Officer. Alright then.
We've got some help. We can start clearing out the old equipment and debris from the ship to make room for new facilities.
Janice Meyer. Alien debris. Begin excavation. What does that mean?
We click
Oh, I see. So this is like...
an alien ship and we're clearing it.
Yeah, it's a scrapped and ruined alien ship, so we're...
To
like,
clear out these rooms,
making use of it.
first we'll need to assign an engineer to the task. Once we start getting into the far reaches of the ship, it's going to take more time and manpower to make space for new facilities.
Interesting. Alright. So, reward supplies 38.
And then we can
Cool.
open and
Oh.
clear.
Meyer.
Looks good to me. Just give the word and we'll get started, Commander.
Confirm.
Excavation is underway, Commander, but it's going to take some time to get all that stuff cleared out.
Commander, we have a secure transmission coming through. Source unknown. Patching it through to your quarters.
I have quarters.
Yeah, go to
Aha.
Hello, Commander. The council you once knew is no more. Its membership have all sworn loyalty to the Advent administration, with one exception. It is good to see you again. In the days since your capture, I have done all I can to aid the resistance from the inside. It was these resistance operatives that provided the intel leading to your recent extraction. As of now, resistance forces are currently somewhat disorganized. If we are to defeat Advent and their alien masters, you must change this before it is too late. What you are seeing are classified reports of missing civilians from across the world. Their numbers are growing. We suspect they have been taken to a nearby Advent black site, though its exact location remains unknown. Time is short, Commander. We need you to take charge of resistance operations throughout the world. Establish contact with the local cells and bring them into the fold. Find this black site and shut it down. Save our world. The clock is ticking. Good luck, Commander.
Looks like we better get started, Commander. I'll be on the bridge when you're ready.
Alright then.
Yes!
I knew he was in this game.
Yes!
Friggin' knew it.
Scar goes, honest trailers guy? Marcus was like, why does he sound like the guy from Honest Trailers? Oh, that was beautiful.
Commander, our current position is here, just outside Resistance headquarters. When we're not on the move, this will serve as our home and our source of supplies. The Councilman has tracked the alien black site to this region. Unfortunately, we don't have its exact coordinates yet. If we're going to have any chance of finding this facility, we'll need to make contact with the local resistance cell nearby. Tigan has a theory about how we might reach out to them without getting the aliens' attention, but we'll need to give him time to conduct his research. We shouldn't wait too long on that, Commander. We have to start making contact with other regions soon if we're going to build a global resistance and take on Advent.
New objective added.
Alright then. Contact the resistance in the Blackside region.
How do we do that?
Research resistance communications. Fly to the Blackside region. Make contact.
So we need
Alright.
to go change our research.
Looks like you won't have time for that just yet, though. Remote reconnaissance may have found something not far from our current position.
Abandoned colony. Rumor from the resistance. Commander, after our recent success, members of the Resistance in New Arctic have brought us reports of activity that we may want to investigate. Time to investigate 6 days. Reward rookies. So it's a source of personnel.
That guy says, well, I'm gonna go. I didn't get much sleep last night.
Alrighty. Cheers for joining us, mate.
Commander, while we're waiting for new missions or the completion of our research, we can pass time by scanning at sites like this one. On your order, we'll start our scans of the surrounding area.
Interesting. So I can actually move the command center around.
I think we might need to make sure we're researching the right thing.
Yeah. Alright, so...
Joe says it is the Honest Hearts or the Honest Trailers guy.
Oh, it's the same actor?
Yeah, John Bailey.
That's awesome. I didn't realize that. I thought it was just like a similar voice.
Abandoned colony. Well, let's just click it. They want us to click it, so.
Yeah.
Because they're doing
the guided tutorial thing. So that's how I pass time.
I take it this was easier than your last procedure, Doctor.
Central, Commander. Yes, I find the process to be far less disconcerting when the subject has already expired. The results, however, it's best you see for yourself. My autopsy of the Advent captain has confirmed the existence of an implant, similar in design to the unit I extracted from the commander. But there are differences.
What kind of differences?
The data you see is being pulled directly from this Advent captain's implant. The sequence here is essentially you, Commander. Or at least the tactical information they were processing through your mind. As you can see, the data is nearly identical.
They were using you against us.
Yes, however, the Advent data shows signs of decay. Removing the commander from their network has likely caused significant damage.
Network?
Yes, what we're seeing here is a psionic network. These implants are capable of receiving and transmitting information, a great deal of information, somehow encoded in a stream of psionic energy. My working theory? Advent uses this network to augment the tactical readiness of its troops, as well as disseminate orders from its central command. Observe. Even in the subject's diminished condition, the implant continues to have an effect. Truly astonishing achievement.
Or a weakness?
Potentially. But I need direct access to their network to know for sure.
I'm guessing that won't be easy.
We'd need an active link. And that would mean hacking a live Advent officer.
Like I said, not easy. Still, it's the best lead we've got. Your call, Commander.
Creepy that they were essentially using me as a subconscious coordinator for their forces. Alright, use the Skulljack item on an Advent officer in combat to gain access to the alien communication network.
Oh, so we have to actually get the thingy and just like...
Have to create it and then actually, like, assault him with it. Alright, construct the Proving Ground facility. Complete the Skulljack project in the Proving Ground. Use the Skulljack on an Advent officer.
Okay, so we need to do that first.
Tell me more. What does that do?
Oh.
Oh, I see. Okay. Right.
We need the resistance. Let's do the resistance.
Yeah.
That one. Oh, that was just our objective.
I've updated our latest operational objectives, Commander.
The Advent captain seems to provide a means of stabilizing the link between the local subordinates and the Advent network tower itself.
I see.
That guy says, okay, I was putting my things away and I heard psionic. I'm sticking around. And he says, yep, it's getting better. No sleep for anyone tonight. It's already 9:40.
Yep.
Ironically.
So, research facility available, Proving Ground, Advent Trooper autopsy. Alright, so...
Of course, we have nowhere to put it yet.
For their captains, physically larger and more tactically capable than the subordinate troopers, the Advent officers administer a system of control over the troopers through a carefully engineered psionic link augmented with a mechanical implant. From my initial examination of the commander and careful review of the information gathered from the alien containment area, I now have a theory as to how this system was established. It is my firm belief that this process of psionic control was specifically engineered to allow rapid development of tactical information drawn directly from the subconscious mind, in this case the mind of our very own commander. With this hierarchy in place, tactical knowledge stored in the depths of the commander's mind was processed and transmitted to the Advent officers, who in turn directed the troopers and other subordinates. With the commander no longer attached to their psionic network, it's difficult to say how the orders are being dispersed at this point, although I'm sure the aliens have planned for this potential contingency. I would assume they have redundant people.
Yeah, but I bet they're not as good as we were.
Probably. I believe it may be possible to tap into this network, but it would require the use of a living Advent officer to function as our conduit. To facilitate this difficult task, we would work to develop a new device, the Skulljack, which should be capable, I assume, of disabling an officer. From there, it's simply a matter of hacking the officer in the field, although I won't speculate as to the outcome.
Yeah. That guy's
Commander,
okay,
if we're going to try to build this Skulljack that Titan came up with, we're going to need a specialized facility to test it out.
Mm-hmm. So, an experimental workspace where Shen can test and produce new unique types of ammo, grenades, and armor for our soldiers, as well as other specialized tactical items. I like the sound of that.
That guy says goodbye. Don't do too much resistance work before sleeping. Hey, we only woke up at 4, so who knows?
I was actually awake since like 1. I just couldn't actually sleep, so I was just kind of
We need
trying.
to do the communications for resistance. Ugh.
Okay then. So we'll start with communications because that's a priority.
We need to get that done.
Yeah.
We need to get rid of that black ops
I
site.
assume you make that research a priority, Commander. I'll notify you as soon as the report is available.
All right then.
Whew. Okay.
So,
Let's go back.
hang on.
Working within the tight constraints of the Avenger, I've had a difficult time finding room to conduct some of our more theoretical experiments. Perhaps the next time we sit down.
What can I do for you, Commander?
Let's see about those facilities, shall we?
There's room for us to expand our facilities on board the Avenger, Commander, but we'll need more engineers to clear out space for construction first.
I see. All right.
That first thing is what will
Yeah.
put our skull majig.
That's where we'll put the proving ground,
Yeah.
and we'll start expanding from there. Okay. So, let me just familiarize myself with some of this. Is there a dossier on my engineers?
Scarlet is off to get food.
Alrighty then.
Oh, maybe we should fix
I wanna-
up Ghost's character.
Yeah, I want to see about customizing some of our people and some of the weapons as well. Okay. I assume the gray market isn't a thing this time around, because we haven't exactly any purchasers to contact. So, items. Flash grenades, make it, smoke grenade, weapons, armor. Alright, I haven't any
Did we
of those
equip
yet.
the...
Armory.
Digging through some of the old data files Central has been holding on to since before the war. I keep running across notes scrawled in English and what looks like broken German. I should probably ask him about it.
So you aren't aware of Valen. Interesting.
Memorial.
Yeah.
Look at the memorial.
We've done what we can to honor our fallen soldiers, Commander. It's not much, but it gives our people a chance to pay their respects.
I see. So it's their photos on this wall. Okay.
Ghost wants to know if he's awake yet or if he's still being a lazy bomb. You soldiers at sea. Is he still gravely? Yeah.
Yeah, he's still out for a while. I
You
think
guys
we can.
they got beat up
Yeah.
bad.
It's kind of a miracle they came home at all. Alright, let's see. I think I can customize them from here, though.
Yeah, probably.
So let's get started.
Okay, Ghost. What do you want your name to be?
Well, we're gonna. There we are.
I can't give him a nickname, he has to earn it.
Alright, so they have to earn nicknames then. Okay, I see. Oh, I can actually change the nationality. It isn't fixed like it was.
What nationality would
Sweet.
you like? He wants Marcus Ghost.
Okay.
That's his name. What nationality? Nickname Whisper if you can. We'll see. Maybe we can change it once you've earned it. United States.
There we are.
Alright,
Male.
so
Right.
you liked this hair, right?
Uh-huh.
What did you want us to change on him? Coloration is important also.
Let me know if you like any of these face presets.
Excuse me?
I kind of like F. A
A's
can
not
work
bad,
too.
yeah.
Yeah. Alright. And I'm thinking the hair color needs to shift though.
Oh, good lord. Purple, pink is not a good look on him.
I think we'll use a
He wanted C.
dark one.
Face C.
Face C. There we are. What facial hair is available?
I don't know.
Since we were looking through females previously.
Goatee. He wants to look at the faces again.
Okay. Alrighty then. The second one kind of reminds me a little of Adam Driver. Let's see.
Goatee if
Okay.
possible.
Okay.
Yes.
There we go.
Definitely C, he says. The face. Are you happy with this hair color or nah?
Secondary armor, what is that? Okay, that's the like the
Under.
uniform under the armor. Any preference there?
You got any color preferences?
Leave it there for now. Weapon color, I assume nice and dark. Oops.
Let me see beards again. He's like, oh, the goatee is bad.
I mean, that's the one that they call a goatee, so
It's you, never mind.
there's goatee and mustache. Scrappy beard.
Dark green underneath.
Dark green. Okay.
Sky says back, I hope the skull helmet is still a thing.
I don't know. I haven't checked.
And Marcus says, didn't one of the rookies get promoted to Grenadier? I think so. So we'll
Yeah.
make that one for you next.
Yep.
So, so any facial hair preferences?
I'll leave it on that one for now and adjust the
Under
undercolor.
wants dark green.
Yeah. Ugh. That's not dark. Alright, so we're looking for more of like an olive drab kind of thing. We'll go with that. There we go. That's a nice dark green. Alright.
Whoever made a drone.
Cool.
Uh,
And just out of curiosity, I want to
Ghost
see.
says dark brown is fine if necessary. That is good. He likes the green.
Alright, cool.
Um,
I'm just curious
goatee
to
is
see
fine.
what some of the other hairs are for males, because we saw the female stuff, we hadn't seen the males yet.
It's like Marky move.
It's kind of the Nathan Drake hair. Oh, there we are. Okay. So, let's see.
Goatee, I think. Did you like the one it's on, or did you
Yeah.
want the actual goatee?
Or the one without the mustache. Let's see, which voice will we go with?
Already there. Got it covered. Got running. Stepping off. 10-4. Got it. Roger that. Got it. Double time.
The one without the mustache
Got it.
and wants loose ponytail.
Affirmative.
Alrighty. So ponytail and goatee. There we are.
He wants to hear Russian voices.
Let's see. I
There
don't think we have any Russian voices.
No.
Yeah. We have American, UK, French, German, Italian, and Spanish.
Wait, I thought.
Kind of a shame there aren't Russian.
There might be later.
What are the English options?
I'm all over it. Go, go, go. Good to go. Move, move, move. All hybrid. On it.
He says German.
Alrighty. Let's see here.
In Ordnung. Okay. Bin schon dabei. Tempo. Los, los, los. Tempo.
So the German kind of like mixes in German and English.
Bin gleich da. Bewegung, Bewegung. Wird erledigt. Bewegung, Bewegung.
What's 2?
Bewegung, Bewegung. Wird erledigt. Okay.
Any preference there, matey? Let's see. Attitude. Ah, gain more experience to unlock the attitude option. Alright.
German 3 and change him to German.
German 3 to German. Alright then.
Okay, bin unterwegs.
There we go. Alright. Now.
Can I see hair color again? He doesn't like that color.
Okay. Hang on, let me rotate him so that the color's a little more prominent. There we go. It amazes me how many developers still can't figure out that if you have a character customization screen, the default character position should accent its colors most poignantly. So few developers ever do that properly. Hell, I've seen several games where the lighting is actually to the rear of a character, so you're looking at like a darker shadowed version of what their actual coloration is in the customization menu. Like, that isn't the case here, it's just...
The white with blue eye color.
There we go. Can I adjust the eyes?
Yes, that's the brown thing, right below the hair color.
Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Wow. That is vibrant.
You could go the more lilac color.
Ooh, I like that one. Yeah. That's cool. Alright then. So now... Alright, let's shift the props.
Vibrant, please. He wants the vibrant blue eyes.
Alrighty. We can certainly arrange that. There we go.
Oh, it's the better choice you found. He says never mind.
There we go. Okay. So...
Long hood. See, he's with me on the whole ninja assassin style.
I like that the facial hair is like so prominent sticking out from it. That's cool. Okay. So now arms.
It's alright, we know the delay is there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's like a 15, if not more, second delay, so. Alright, do we want to go with light, symmetrical, asymmetrical? I kind of like the one with all the wraps on it. That's kind of cool.
I don't know what my character should. My character needs. I've decided. I was stupid. I was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I can have a sword in this game, and I didn't go for the sword.
If I ever make a me character in this game,
Love to.
I'm all about the ranger.
When we go back, change me from the specialist to the ranger because. And Scarlet says if Green Arrow used guns, arms 2.
Arms 2. Ah, with the wraps. I like it. Alright. So now, legs. That's pretty heavily armored. I kind of like the quilted pattern on that. Those are nice and lightweight. And that's lightweight, just different arrangement. I love the giant space Mateva. It's just...
Makes you happy, doesn't it?
It does. Alright, preference on the legs. I'm kind of leaning toward 2 myself.
Legs 1.
Legs 1. Alright, it's cool. The quilted pattern. Alright, torso.
You're gonna, yeah.
And let me shift him. There we go. Cool, so that's got the molly webbing. Ooh, 2's kind of nifty.
I think 2 is the one I went with on mine.
3 is a little heavier. Ooh, it's got the molly all over the back. I kind of like that. I am a sucker for tactical molly webbing, can't lie.
You're adorable.
Let me see, what does that one look like? That's cool.
Change his stance, then we can actually see the torso.
I don't think I can.
No, we can't.
Because that's his attitude, and you have to get more
unlock
experience to change that. Like I could change everything in the creator thing on the main menu. I can't change everything yet in the actual campaign yet. So it seems it's a prominent section of this stream instead of the first one, even though they're happening on the same night, that the character creation is composed of. Apologies again for the cutout, guys.
I'm sorry.
That's still just like.
Okay, he wants to see him again.
Okay. I think this one is closest to the old XCOM armor. That one is pretty nifty. I kind of like that one. Actually, wait, hang on. Is 2, is it the same thing as 0? Just... It's similar, it isn't the same.
Show it off a little bit better, love. Stop looking at it for yourself. So what is molly?
Molly webbing is like it's the loops of usually it's nylon fabric that you can put additional like pouches and bits of gear and stuff on.
Torso 2.
Torso 2. There we are. Alright. Because like that's what all that is. So that you could strap like these. You can actually see because they've got like the little loops and catches on them. That's actually a strip of molly webbing across the rear with it. These pouches are just kind of stuck into. So it makes armor pretty modular and plate carriers and that kind of thing. So let's see. Upper and lower face props. You can't edit without not having a hood. Alright, weapon pattern. I missed that the first time.
I know, I was wondering why you didn't
I guess I just passed over it on accident.
just like the eye color.
Yeah. It's a lot to take in, alright?
I know, I was like, why did you skip it?
And the way the menu kind of shifts around isn't the most intuitive. Alright. So do want to keep it clean or put a pattern on it? How's about face paint? Yeah.
You can change the color, I
I
think.
kind of like that, actually, with the hood. That's not terrible either.
Ugh. I
That-
think you can change
There-
I don't know if you can change the color.
There was an identical
Weapon
face
pattern,
paint
please.
to that.
Which pattern? Anyone in particular, or just...
Just something that looks cool. What was the one that it was on there for a second? There was one that looked really cool. What was it? Where'd
He
it
does
go?
want the eye black.
Alright. I figured you might. Because as soon as I went... Oh, there we go. Yeah, Tundra. I like the stripy effect on that part.
Well, then do Tundra.
That looks cool. And I'll leave it on there in case...
No, he wants to see them again.
Okay.
The
Let me do the face paint real fast. There we go. Eye black. I like that. That is sinister. Alright. So, we're on Tundra by default now. Digital.
Above digital.
Above digital.
Or above Tundra, rather.
Oh, the alien pattern?
I don't know. I think.
Or classic? What does classic even mean? I can't
He
tell.
wants alien.
Alien, alright. There we are.
Do you want a different colorings, or you good?
I don't think I can change the color.
No, I mean like the weapon color you can change.
Oh.
But I think.
Oh, you have to gain more experience to get scars.
And hats.
Yep. Tattoos and scars come with experience. I kind of like that. That means you, like, earn them over time. Alright. So, let's see.
Yeah, different weapon color.
Okay. What have we here? Ooh, is there like a super dark green to match his under stuff? 29 isn't terrible.
He wants to see the armor color too, because it's just slightly off.
Okay.
I think he likes the under color, but
Okay.
armor color is probably.
Man, there's so many options.
Remember to go in an order that he can actually. This isn't your character.
I know.
Oh no.
Why?
Of course you can.
Why would anyone do that to their poor XCOM
Because they're
soldiers?
Evil.
Oh, I just realized. It affects the grip of the sidearm. That's funny. So what you thinking, matey?
96.
96. There we are. Alright.
Alright, armor color 10. Or 23. He wants to see them both quickly.
Or 23. The
Sure.
tiger stripe? Or do you mean 30?
Sorry, 29.
29. That one.
So it's either that or
Or 96.
96. 96 is good.
Okay. So,
Now armor.
let's see here. So, main armor color. I gotta remember that tan. That actually doesn't look terrible.
No, 29.
29?
Yes.
Okay. So shifty. Okay. Which means we should probably get a little more green into the rest of his armor. Actually, 0 isn't terrible with that gun. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, so these numbers actually match the other color menu. Alright. That's good to know. My God, some of these colors get super vibrant. That gets dark. Some of these match the hood really well.
Main armor 96.
96. Alrighty. So then secondary. Oh, the secondary affects part of the tint on the hood. That's cool. Alright, so it's the pants, the pouches.
This guy's as good as Green Arrow Protocol.
Where indeed is the lie? And for the rest of y'all that want to have a character created for you. Start jotting down notes of the options that you like.
Who are you talking to?
Everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone else reminded of Infamous with that?
Yeah.
That's actually kind of cool. Ooh. So what are the verdict?
$69. Wants to see 69.
The gray one. I like it. Okay. Oh, you can save it to the character pool. Cool.
I would.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just waiting for final confirmation.
Nope, 29.
Nice. Alrighty.
Well, wait and make sure that this is the one he actually wanted. He would also like to see race.
Let's see.
Race will change your face.
Yeah, that'll shift up what we've already done.
I don't know if it changes the facial hair or anything though. You sure you want to see race? It's pretty much Caucasian, Asian,
African,
African.
and what was the fourth one?
It was Arab.
Yeah, Arabic.
Ghost says, ew, it looked terrible after you rotated. 69, please.
Alright. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool.
I mean, we can look at the race if you want.
Well, let me save him first. There we go.
Nah, no race then, but I do want to see skin color.
Okay. So there we go. So it's super pasty. That's what he's on now. A little more color. I kind of like that. A little more tan. Kind of an olive skin tone there for like Italian. Any preferencia? Three, alrighty. I'm a little surprised there's a flashlight on a marksman rifle. Because, I mean, it's a marksman rifle. You're not exactly clearing structures with it.
It's probably so he can see where he's going in the forest.
Yeah.
So did you
Okay,
go with
then.
3?
So, yeah.
Skin tone?
Yeah. So save. Okay, then.
He's injured. Holy crap, I am scary, yes. Scarlet, Pyro, do one of you want to,
Yep. Whoever sounds off first. Soldier abilities. Sharpshooter and gunslinger.
I guarantee you he's going sharpshooter.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Because I know, let's see, what did I have written down? Pyro wanted to be a specialist, and Scarlet wanted to be a ranger.
Okay.
So, we have some specialists.
We don't have any rangers available, so
No, we have
specialist it
specialists.
is.
We have either, I would do...
I'll just
I
start
would-
going
Yuri.
down
Do
the
Yuri.
list.
No, because we'll get him faster.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Scarlet will
So.
wait till there's a ranger.
Yeah, I figured. Oh, I just noticed, because he's all injured, he's got, like,
Blood.
shots and.
Ghost says, can't wait for tattoos and scars. Definitely gonna need an update eventually. Do we
Yeah.
get to pick abilities too? Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, Pyro.
This
The
is-
specialist is the
The one with the
drone guy.
drone.
So what name do you want?
Let's see.
Character info.
And this is for
This This is for Scottish Pyro.
Scottish Pyro, okay. So, where is the Scottish flag? There we
Marcus
are.
asks, sorry, did I miss anything?
Scotland, just some character creation.
Currently, we are working on Pyros. Then it can be your turn. Because he wanted a Grenadier, and I know we have some Grenadiers.
I think we have 2 of those.
Yep.
We have a couple of options.
Ghost says, woohoo! I hope he's as legendary as the first one. For Ghost from off screen.
Yeah, we have our own community meme for him from the previous playthrough.
I know, right?
Okay. For now, we'll just go with... I don't know.
Pyro?
That's the first name. We'll just go with Scottish Pyro for now. Until I hear for what else he might want. There we go. That way, at least we know who it is.
Maybe we should,
And as I said, if
does
y'all...
not sound off soon, we will move to Marcus and then go back to...
Yeah. And as I said, if y'all want something particular within the biography tab, like, message me that, and in the interim of streams, I'll add it, and then...
Pyro says, can you name him Chris Burns? Because I'm too lazy to use anything but my actual name.
Sure.
Chris?
I get it with the last name.
That's actually his name. Yeah, Burns.
I know. I get it. I see what you did there.
If we can change his nickname.
Whoa, wait a
turn
minute.
it
Hold
into
on.
Pyro.
He already has a character biography. Whoa.
They all do.
Did they all have that? Alright, hang on. A survivor of the old war, Yoda was a ranking officer within XCOM when the organization fell. He's rumored to have survived the ill-fated pre-war XCOM operation, later referred to as the Kiryukai disaster. Interesting!
Scarlet says, I picked up a sniper from a mission. He looked almost exactly like Ken. Okay.
I mean, you never know.
Alright.
I like to think of myself as a pretty passing shot.
Alright, so... what is my character bio? I might have to change it if it sucks.
I don't know. Hang on. Let me check that. I'm curious. Because I just saw it. Here we go. Okay. Country of origin, Russia. July 2010. Alexei was barely out of basic training when the invasion started. He wound up fighting his way across Russia, apparently surviving on his own for the past several years. Holy crap! That's impressive. Alright, I'll adjust like the names and country of origin and stuff later. If y'all want, I'll just keep the essential narrative and just adjust some other things.
Marcus says, well, it's getting very late and I really need to get some sleep. Alright.
Alrighty. Yeah, good on
Pyro
that.
wants you to make him the palest motherfucker you can.
Can do. Alright, so... Pasty. There we are. Actually, let me make
Good night,
sure...
Marcus. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I think that's Asian. Yeah, that's Asian.
Asian.
Okay. So...
Pasty.
There we go. Okay.
Alright, let's
Pasty
take off.
white.
Let's take off the
Yeah, get the hood
props.
off.
And his glasses.
Oh, I forgot! Kyle, please!
Ghosts might change it, might not. Good as is starting anyway.
Yeah. Like I said, right now the country of origin and the flag don't, like, match, so I'll adjust that stuff later.
Get rid of his glasses, yo.
Now, first, we are getting rid of that hair, because,
Hair.
oh man!
Okay.
Okay. You can look like a freaking Spanish model with that hair.
I know. Scar says, damn, Ghost is a lone stalker. Okay, so let's scroll slowly down.
Yep.
So we can give Pyro a chance to decide what hair he wants. Ghost is
Suddenly-
basically Lone Stalker Green Arrow.
Pretty much. Suddenly it's Kellogg. That's flashback Kellogg. And yeah, I just realized with the zoom
Scarlet
in.
says, well, Oliver Queen was a member of the Russian mob. And Ghost goes, yep, Kellogg returns.
I kind of like simple short. I think if I make one for me, that's what I'll go with.
Simple short.
Yeah. So what you thinking, matey? Or do you want to just give me free reign? I think the rookie armor actually is the old, like, classic enemy unknown armor.
I think it is. If you want to just give us free reign and just some general aesthetic stuff, that's fine too. You don't have to pick it all. Simple short.
Okay.
Hair color, eye color.
And armor. Yeah, that is the old XCOM armor.
Yeah, that is the old XCOM.
Let's see.
It even
how
has the XCOM.
yeah, if I put it in that color,
Yeah.
that's it.
Well, this guy was a member of XCOM.
It's true.
Maybe that's his old armor.
Maybe that's why he has this.
That's why it's all raggedy on the side, because this is his old...
Because it has seen some shits.
This was his old armor from his backstory.
Oh, man.
That's awesome! That's fantastic.
That is super cool.
That makes me...
I am all about
Brown
that.
eyes and black hair.
Brown eyes, black hair. Alright. I think we're already that.
Time to change the name. Thanks, Scarlett. His new name is Oliver Shade, please.
Oliver Shade. Hang on, I gotta get rid of the shades so we can actually see his eyes.
Wait, no, not him.
Oh.
For Ghost.
Oh, okay. Alright, let me do that real quick.
Scotch Pyro 156 for the armor color.
Okay. Nice. It's like our old previous playthrough with
And now I just need to
the
figure out
dark
the
tan.
undercover.
Yeah. It's such a nice touch to have like the raggedy old XCOM armor. Oh my, we can get vibrant down here.
Of course you can. That's like the undershirts. You can make some really vibrant stuff.
I kind of like the red.
Scarlet, it's like Oliver Ghost Shade. I like it. So that's gonna be Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
$14 for Under Armour.
14. There we are. Alright.
Make sure his eyes are what?
Yeah.
Okay. So gun color. So let's scroll E.
Kind of like some of those. Alright, while he's deciding on the gun color, make sure the eyes are proper. He said he wanted brown eyes, right?
Yeah, brown eyes.
Dark or light? Because it looks like we have some pretty interesting light options here. Whoa.
What's the middle ones? Those middle tannish.
Those are cool.
37 for gun color.
Alrighty. Matching that flag. I just had a thought.
You'll need to do faces also.
Yeah.
And
We could give Ghost like these eyes, and he could like rock like Witcher looks with the white hair.
yeah, but he wanted the blue.
I know.
One for eyes.
One for eyes. All right, cool.
Face.
Let's see.
Ghost is working on the backstory right now. I'll have to wait till after stream to fine tune it. I don't remember what it actually was. I tried to take a screenshot, but I missed when it was that.
Okay. So what are we thinking? Oh.
I like the red. Now I need to see the eye options again. Face C.
See.
Alright,
So
facial hair.
facial hair.
Because this is one of the ones that we did.
I think it's interesting how much like additional focus they're putting on the character of the commander this time around. It definitely starts to invest the player a little more in what's happening.
Leave it as thick beard.
Leave his thick beard, alright. There we go.
Alright, I think that's everything except voice.
Pretty much. Alright, let's see. Attitude, hard luck. Alright. So, I think the closest to a Scottish accent we can get is just UK. So, let's see.
No need to ask twice. Will do. Getting it done. Already there. Already there. Solid copy. Got it. Moving. Got it covered.
That one sounds a little more Irish.
It does.
Already there. Getting it done. Copy that.
Is that actually Scottish?
I don't know.
10-4.
Yes.
It's not a Londoner accent, I can tell you that.
That 10-4.
Moving out.
That's Scottish. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, is Scotland a part of the UK? I think it is.
Of the
Ireland
United
isn't.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
It was once considered part of the UK.
Okay.
UK is not ubiquitous to Britain.
I know that. I mean, I'm just saying.
So, I think it was once considered part of the UK. Like, that section of...
Yeah. Is it Northern Ireland that still isn't considered part of the UK?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't look at me.
So for now, we'll go with that one, since that one actually is Scottish.
I think anyway.
Alright.
Let us know if you want a different voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, UK 4.
Alright, cool.
That's
So,
it. So,
I think so, yeah.
do you want...
Cool.
Wait. Do you want texture on your gun?
Actually,
Northern Ireland is part of the UK still.
oh, okay. Alright, so I had
It's
it.
the other way around.
I had it the other way around. Okay.
So, texture, yay or nay?
Where is that? Is that under props? Oh, there we go. Weapon pattern. Oh, I haven't actually changed any of the prompts yet. Okay. Let's see. Arms. Ah, because he's wearing rook armor. I can't customize these. I see.
No, he's
Oh.
not a... He is not a rook. It's because of his type.
Oh, okay, I see.
He doesn't want on his guns.
Okay. Oh, dude. That's like a cop vest.
I want his old.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, but I like this one. I like the other one. He wants to look at hats, so go back to where he was, please. Hats.
Alright, let's see.
And this is associated with the under color.
Yeah. It looks heavy. I'm just so amused that a ski mask is part of this.
We are insurgents.
I mean, it's true.
Scarlett's got his backstory set. And he doesn't mind what gender he gets. I think you can change gender.
Yeah.
You can change gender.
Yeah, you can go either way. Just let me know preferences. Oh. I'm actually starting to get a little tired, so...
Iris says, okay, no hat. And can I look at torso 2 and 3?
Torso 2? That one looks like it's cobbled out of a lot of different pieces.
So that's torso 2 and torso 3. It's just a t-shirt.
Yeah, it's a
With a
t-shirt with a
harness.
little tactical harness.
I like the knife.
Yeah. So I think after we finish customizing the people present in chat, then I may call it an evening. And then we'll pick up the campaign in the coming part.
Scarlett wanted a ranger, so we can. And
Oh, I know,
Marcus
I
went to
know.
bed. So there's no one left in chat
Oh,
to
okay.
do, I don't think. Once he's done.
Okay.
Once we're done with Pyro.
That looks a little bit like the one of the shepherd vests from
It does a little bit.
Mass Effect 2 and 3.
Torso 3.
3. Alrighty. So let's see here.
He didn't want a weapon pattern, if I remember right.
Aviators, sports, dark sunglasses, hippie sunglasses, rock the John
No,
Lennon.
He meant 2. He actually meant 2.
Okay.
3.
Alright, let's see here. Torso 2. Alright. That's lower face.
That's the...
XCOM, biker, striped. It looks like that pauldron was actually stolen from an Advent uniform.
Mm-hmm.
I like that the XCOM logo is very obviously spray painted on. Yeah, actually, the closer I look at this, the more I can tell it is a cobble of multiple different pieces of armor. Because that part of the chest piece is actually the central piece of one of the old XCOM uniforms. I don't know what that shoulder came from. That one comes from a liberated Advent piece.
He wants to see arms and legs.
Alright, let's see.
At the top.
Ah,
Oh.
seems there aren't any.
It must be because of being a specialist.
Yeah. Just comes with the territory of the class, I suppose. Which is kind of a shame.
We'll probably upgrade and be able to actually, like,
Yeah.
do that as we get better armors.
Because I assume the character's appearance will shift once we equip different kinds of
What
armor.
would be freaking awesome? If get gravely injured if you end up with a scar.
I would love that.
That would be amazing. I don't know if that's how it works, but that would still be cool.
Wouldn't surprise me, the level of like attention to detail they've put into this. Because this is like surpassing so many strategy games. Like it's almost like a strategy RPG in a way. Like kind of a la Fire Emblem in that there is, you know, a progressive story and kind of central characters, and yet, you know, the entire roster is also involved in the RPG aspect.
Ghost wants to keep his light blue eyes.
Okay.
Pyro says, well, I'm happy with that. Add some hippie glasses, though, because why not?
Alrighty then. Glasses or shades? We'll go with sunglasses.
I'm betting the sunglasses. Black ones, not clear ones.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Alright.
Alright, cool.
Did you want any face paint?
Probably not.
I'm assuming no.
If we're using glasses, probably not.
I would say.
Okay. Saved a character pool. Cool. So, is there anyone else in chat that wants a grenadier
No, not
or
that
a sharpshooter?
Not that grenadier.
Oh yeah, because that's green.
That's green. Green stays. But
Oh.
we can change Lisa into a male.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
So grenadier and sharpshooter are up for grabs. Anyone want that, or shall we save that for the coming stream? And if you're seeing this on export, you'll already know how successful I was either way. For the current chats, I will attempt in the export to, again, like I said, use the...
Sharpshooter says shield family.
Cool.
Okay, so we need to...
I'll attempt to use the editing tools for the export to stitch in the proper cutscene that was cut out earlier.
Male, female.
He looks kind of cool right out the gate. Kind of like him.
Male, female, race, and general hair and eye color, please. That way we can just sort of get started.
Yeah. I just noticed the size of the compensator on that rifle.
Female, please.
Alrighty. Let's see.
It's a
Character info. Gender. Female.
Okay.
And any preferred nationality?
And name, of course.
And name, yeah. Let's see, what's the starting story here? Raised in Japan, Rio is something of a wild card with no formal training to speak of. Maybe just the kind of recruit XCOM needs.
Brown for eyes and hair in a bun, light skin.
Alrighty. So, light skin, that's gonna mean
Yeah.
1. Skin color.
Linda.
Alrighty.
That's the name. I'm assuming Shield for last name?
Probably. How do I spell that?
S-H-E-A-L.
E-A-L.
I assume.
Yeah, that's probably a safe assumption.
Okay, so hair in a bun.
Right.
Shaved faux pas. So there's a normal bun, then there's a loose bun.
Yeah. Where is that? That's there.
I kind of like the loose bun.
I kind of like the loose one.
I think it looks better on the character model.
Yeah. And then...
Brown for eyes and hair.
Alrighty.
Well, I think brown for hair. And yes, it was Shield for the last name.
Okay.
Is it brown for hair or just brown for eyes?
Let's rotate.
Loose, yeah.
Okay.
We picked the right one.
Cool. Good to know we are on the same page. Alright. There's eye color.
Brown for both.
Okay. Go with that. Let me know if you want anything darker. Face-wise, we got... I seem to recall there were actually more facial options than this in the previous. That's the one area it seems like is kind of lacking, is the facial presets.
E.
Alright, cool.
Are you happy with the hair and eye color, or... Alright, so I like how I'm just old enough that by XCOM 2 I could actually be a survivor of the original XCOM and only be 36. Yo.
Yeah, because let's see, it was in 2015 that Advent was formed, which means this is taking place in 2035. Which means... I think... 40-something I would have ended up pushing 50? I don't know. So, let's see.
Any armor color ideas?
Yeah, general coloration ideas. Oh, I just noticed.
Huh.
Those pants there with the orange trim,
Mm-hmm.
those were the
XCOM pants.
no, those were the genetically modified soldier pants.
5.
For which one?
I don't
For
know.
the undersuit?
I'm assuming. I have no idea.
Okay.
Because you're going through this stuff so fast. I don't know.
I've stayed on each menu for multiple minutes at a time.
I don't know. I'm assuming it's undersuit.
Okay. What voices have we got?
Stepping off. Running.
Yes, it was for the undersuit.
Okay.
Are you happy with the armor
Already
color?
there. I'm all over it. Running. Got it covered. Moving out. Roger that. Go, go, go. Got it. Solid copy.
Kind of like that one.
Roger
I'll
that.
leave it there for now, unless she has any preference. Alrighty. Now, prop-wise.
Yes. It's happy with the color.
Cool. Alrighty, so arms, are we looking for symmetrical, asymmetrical, heavy, light?
Whatever looks coolest.
I like the rolled up sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I can actually recognize
Some of the pieces.
some of these armor pieces now. As I look closer, I know what they are. Because a lot of these come from the uniforms that characters would get once they were infused with meld in the previous game.
Coolest. Whatever is coolest looking.
Alrighty. I'm kind of thinking either 0 or 1. Because I'm a sucker for the cool rolled up sleeve pattern.
He loves rolled up sleeves.
I just think it looks cool. So, you know what? Since the rule of cool is what we're supposed to go with, then that's what we're doing. Alright, how about leg pieces? Alright, 0. So 0 is the old genetically modified. Ooh. Kind of like 1.
That's because it's chaps, and you like chaps.
I do.
You're very predictable sometimes, my beloved.
I know what I'm about. Alrighty. I'll go with that for now, in case there's any preference.
Will Miss T be getting a character? Most likely, if she wants one.
Yeah.
She is my best friend in real life, so I will be poking her more.
Yeah, she's pretty occupied with school currently.
One.
One for...
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's what I was on. Sweet. Alrighty.
She looks pretty boss to me.
She shall certainly make a return.
What nationality?
Actually, hang on. Let me check the torso. So 1 is what we were on. And then there's 2 and 3. Alright. So I'll leave it at 1 for now. Let me know if you have any preference to the other ones. You want any shades?
I think she looks better without shades, but that's my first. USA.
Alrighty. There we go.
Is there anything else you want? Weapon color, maybe?
Yeah.
Because that weapon color is pretty bad.
Let's get
So
it.
no shades. Very distinctly no. just no.
No shades.
Alright, is there anything that you want us to change or look at? Just in general.
Because otherwise, I think we're solid.
So just let us know. I wonder. When we finish getting like the scanning the base, which we're scanning right now, it said we get recruits.
Yeah.
What if I'm one of the recruits?
It's possible. Maybe we could like recruit specific people from a pool.
Ghost says, wait, is my guy Russian? If not, he needs to change the Russian nationality. The backstory is too cool. Okay.
Like, I can adjust the text of it to make it German. Or I can make it Russian.
Nothing needs to be changed.
Sweet. Alright then.
Save.
Save to character pool.
Now go to Ghost and change it back to Russian. Well, I think it's because he was hiking across, like, Siberia.
Yeah.
Like...
He is truly a stalker.
You can't do that without being Russian. Like...
It's physically impossible without the power of...
Do you want to change the German, or is this still...
Yeah, his voice. I mean, there isn't really a Russian option.
No.
And...
Nope, Russian. Making it across Germany is dumb.
Alrighty. Cool. What's the command tab? Oh, it's my quarters. I have a shotgun mounted to the wall.
Avenger report.
What is that?
I don't know.
Oh, it's a readout of what we all currently have. Alright, interesting.
Ghost says, I can hear voices again. Need something deep and spooky. This is good. Let's go with English. I think we might be able to find something in English.
Yeah.
Let's go to the
Is there
armory.
anything? There's a lot more in the archives now.
I know. We should.
Oh, man.
Personnel file.
There's one on Valen, there's one on
Shen.
Bradford. Alright, hang on, let me finish up with the, there we go, with the soldier customization, and then we'll check the archives, because I want to know!
Ghost.
Alright, so let's see here.
Deep.
Customize
Voice.
with a deep spoopy voice. Alright.
Move! Double time! Moving out! On it! Move! I need to ask twice. Double time. Get it done. Got it covered. Moving out. I'm all over it. Move!
kind of thinking 7 is the deepest there.
No, 9 is the deepest one, I think, or 10. No, it's 10.
10's the deepest. I think that's supposed to be an African American color.
It is African American. It doesn't fit the character.
It doesn't.
It's the deepest, but it doesn't fit the character.
Yeah, because that sound does not sound like it should come from someone that looks like that.
No. Can I hear the other nationalities?
Yeah. All right, let's see.
UK.
Will do. Got it. Moving. I'm all over it. On my way. Running. Double time. Compris, j'y vais. J'y vais. J'y suis déjà. Allez, on bouge. Compris, j'y vais. C'est parti. J'y suis déjà. Je m'en charge.
Kind of wish the subtitles would chime in for these.
Restez 5 sur 5. Bien compris. Ok. Schon unterwegs.
German too isn't terrible.
Schon dabei. Schon unterwegs. Das lasse ich mir nicht zweimal sagen. Jawohl. Wird gemacht. Das lasse ich mir nicht zweimal sagen. Verstanden. Jawohl. Ricevuto.
I think it's so weird. There are 10 Italian, and there aren't any Russian.
Corro. D'accordo.
I have a feeling it's whoever worked on the game.
Si
Probably.
può fare. Sono già lì.
That they had more people from France
Okay.
and Italy working on the game than they had.
In movimento. Si può fare.
Hopefully this game is a little easier to mod than the previous, and we can like mod in additional voices.
Su. Io ci sono. Enseguida. Afirmativo. Correndo.
Paris
He's-
says, did
he's-
the German voice just say I'm swimming with the fire dragon?
I don't know.
Corriendo. Bien.
Akfar says, jawohl!
Afirmativo.
Some of these Spanish guys, they sound excited.
Queda claro.
Scarlett says, Ozzy 2 sounds like an American trying too hard.
Kind of does.
Hoy. No hace falta repetirlo.
Now you see, right here, we're watching an alien in its natural habitat. We're not going to take him alive, because fuck aliens. We're going to put a 50 cal right through his skull.
He wants to hear German 1, UK 2, and American 7 and 8.
Okay, so German 1,
1.
Alles klar.
UK 2,
2,
Moving out.
American 7 and 8.
7 and 8.
Double time. Got it. Running. On it.
I think 8 is actually like an American Hispanic accent.
Paris says in Spanish is just sad Oreo. Or the Spanish just said Oreo. American 7 says Ghost.
American 7.
Go.
Cool. Alrighty. So now that we got that... Actually, hang on. Let me save. There we go. Cool. Now, I want to check the archives.
Yeah.
Because
I want to know about Shen and...
I have to know. Alright, let's see here. So, I've already checked the historical records.
What about the armory?
I'll just scroll through. Let's see here. Memorial.
The Epilepsy is strong 5 tonight. Yes, it is.
It's strong with me too. Alright, limited space has been allotted for use as a memorial to XCOM's fallen soldiers within the Avengers Bar facility. Speaking of,
It's not just me.
soldier customization. Nearly every aspect of an individual soldier can be customized through the Armory's personnel management screen. A variety of physical attributes can be adjusted along with a range of custom aesthetic choices. Recruitment. Alright, so this is also kind of doubling as a tutorial. Bridge
What's the
Geoscape.
recruitment say?
Let's see.
Pick on?
Option of spending supplies to recruit new soldiers from the available pool. Recruitment may become necessary if the number of soldiers available falls
So
below
does
the
that mean we should go click the recruit tab?
Yeah, hang on. Let me check and see. Does that mean
Armory.
that I pick, or that we're simply...
It does.
We can pick! It's...
What am I? What does it say?
There she is. Yeah, you have an origin, apparently. Raised in the U.S. Something of a wild card. No formal training to speak of. Maybe just the kind of recruit XCOM needs.
A hell of a job keeping this ship together, Doctor.
It's all we've got. And I know the aliens aren't happy about losing one of their own.
I doubt they thought anyone could get this heap airborne again.
I'm more than happy to prove them wrong.
All right then.
Hi. But yes, we could recruit me, but I don't want to be. We have to change my stuff before we do, because I don't want to.
I know. That's cool. All right, so we'll change that later, probably.
And then we can recruit me.
Prior to the next stream. Cool. All right.
Okay, go back.
So,
back to the thing.
archives again.
Okay, so
Let's see.
bridge.
Geoscape provides a strategic overview of the Earth, including the location of Resistance HQ, any available Resistance contacts, and any sites available for missions or investigations. Scanning. By selecting a contact or investigation site on the Geoscape, you can use the Avengers onboard sensors to scan the area for information. Scanning can also be used as a means of passing time while conducting research or awaiting construction. To scan, select one of the available sites. Alright, so that I've already seen. Mission selection. Over the course of the game, you'll often be presented with multiple options in terms of where to move the Avenger, how much time to spend at your destination, and which missions take priority. You will also be prompted when a time-sensitive mission is available. Otherwise, the choice is yours as to which contacts, investigations, and missions are best suited to your operational needs. Commander's Quarters. Avenger Report. From the Commander's Quarters, a full report is available on the status of the Avenger's current crew and facilities. Selecting Avenger Report will bring up a list of all facilities currently operating under construction, along with the staff assignments and power costs of these facilities. Objectives, pretty cut and dry. XCOM Archives access. From within the Commander's Quarters menu, selecting XCOM Archives will bring... This is kind of meta, considering I would have to have already done that to even see this. Engineering. Facilities, items, excavation, staffing engineers. All of these I already know. Inventory, storage. Alright. Facility data, personnel files. Let's see. Dossier, Central Officer John Bradford.
I knew it was Bradford!
Knew it. I freaking knew
Bradford!
it. Called it. Born November 17th, 1979, Manhattan, Kansas. I didn't know there was one of those. United States. Limited service record, U.S. Military Intelligence, 1999. First assigned to Operational Directive XCOM Project, February 14th, 2015. Primarily serving an organizational role, providing tactical and strategic support to XCOM's commanding officer. Central Officer Bradford was chosen for his loyalty and commitment to the task at hand. Unfortunately, a gross underestimation of the aliens' numbers and technological advancement left Bradford and XCOM with limited capability to fend off the invasion. Within a matter of weeks, XCOM's underground headquarters was infiltrated and destroyed, leaving the organization in shambles. Bradford was apparently left to fend for himself, surviving in the shadows, nurturing a growing affection for distilled spirits. In the time since, he did manage to secure connections within the Resistance, providing the foundation for renewed XCOM operations across the globe. C.O. Bradford, System Dictation. I'm not sure who's compiling the personnel reports these days, judging by the language. I'm guessing Tygan, but let's get a few things straight. There was no gross underestimation... why do I keep throwing a Z in there? Gross underestimation of the aliens. We knew exactly what was coming. We pulled together the best men and women the world had to offer. It wasn't enough. They used our own people against us, some kind of psionic control, took down our security grid from the inside. I did everything I could. I know Shen got out, but I lost track of Valen. Not too worried about her, though. Either way, we've got the present to worry about now, not the past. Alright then.
Who's next?
Chief Engineer Lily Anyi Shen.
This is her.
Yeah. Born June 14th, 2007, Taipei, Taiwan. Serving as Chief Engineer on board the Avenger, Lily Shen relies on a background consisting primarily of hands-on practical experience learned from her father, Dr. Raymond Shen. Although limited personnel records from this period still exist, what is known is that Shen and her father survived the invasion and later came to pioneer the systems and procedures necessary to rebuild the Avenger. In the time since her father's passing, the younger Shen has become invaluable to XCOM and the growing resistance movement. She is now among the leading experts left on Earth in the field of robotics, and perhaps the only one capable of integrating the alien components to such an advanced degree. Chief Scientist Dr. Richard Tygan. Born May 12, 1984, Chicago, Illinois, United States. Holding formal degrees in chemistry and pharmacology, Dr. Richard Tygan was once a respected member of the scientific community. Before the invasion, Dr. Tygan worked in the pharmaceutical industry, primarily studying immunosuppressant drugs for use with organ transplant procedures. With the collapse of the global economy following the war, Tygan was left with little alternative in terms of utilizing his skill set outside of Advent's widespread calls for cooperation among the scientific community. Employed in one of the earliest gene therapy clinics, Tygan found himself thrust into a project dealing with cranial implants. After growing disenfranchised by some of the processes he witnessed while serving under Advent, Tygan sought contacts within the Resistance in hopes of atoning for his contributions to Advent's work. Dr. Tigan is now the central figure in XCOM's scientific pursuits, a crucial contributor in the fight against alien domination over Earth.
And he wrote that.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
I'm assuming something that the scars on the back of his head had to do with why he's like,
Alright. The Spokesman. Full name, unknown. Birth date, unknown. Affiliation, resistance.
Scarlet says, internet being touchy. See you guys next stream.
Alrighty. Catch you later, man.
Bye.
The reclusive, unidentified agent known only as the Spokesman. Alright, I can't keep that up.
Why not?
Was once the public representative of the Council responsible for organizing the XCOM initiative. Following the collapse of Earth's established governments, all indications are that the Spokesman served under Advent to an unknown extent. Through his own admission, he apparently used his position to provide information and material support to the fledgling resistance movement. It was during this time that contact between the Spokesman and C.O. Bradford was first re-established, leading to the eventual rescue of the Commander and the current operational status of the renewed XCOM Coordinated Resistance Movement. Alright. Preceding Chief Scientist Dr. Moira Valen. Valen Moira. Birth date unknown. Dr. Moira Valen, Chief Scientist serving XCOM at the onset of the invasion in March of 2015. Very little information about Dr. Valen still exists, following the destruction of XCOM's original headquarters. Central Officer Bradford is now the only living member of the staff to have had personal contact with her, and he generally remains aloof when pressed for further information. Notes and various remnants of data from the original XCOM database indicate an aggressive pursuit of alien materials sought for study by Dr. Valen, with limited concern for the potential outcomes of these new theoretical research fields. Dr. Valen's status following the destruction of XCOM HQ is unknown. No further contact has been established.
And he doesn't like her. Tigan doesn't like her.
Yeah, so she may have gone rogue. Either that, or she's actually part of a real resistance, and right now, we're still secretly under the control of the aliens.
Yeah.
Because I think the latter is a very real possibility.
Shen was all like, I found these things with, writing and stuff.
Yeah, so...
I should ask Bradford.
There's still something sketchy happening. Like, I can't rule out that this isn't all an elaborate scheme on the part of the aliens to manipulate me into something. I don't either. I don't know, something about him.
All right,
this whole situation with him and Valen. Alright, let's see. Preceding Chief Engineer Dr. Raymond Shen. Shen Raymond, born September 9th, 1954. Location unknown. Limited personnel records exist for the previous staff serving XCOM during the invasion. It is known that Dr. Raymond Shen served as Chief Engineer during the XCOM project's activation in 2015 at the first signs of alien activity on Earth. Although it is known that Shen and his daughter, currently Chief Engineer Lily Shen, survived the invasion and were integral to the Avengers' recovery and rehabilitation, the exact details of his passing and personal life are closely held by those who knew him.
So, neither Little Shen and Bradford are talking about it.
There's something they aren't telling.
And Bradford said in his that he isn't worried about it.
He isn't worried about Shen, or about Valen. So...
They know something.
They know something they aren't telling me.
Bradford knows something.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming...
Interesting. The rest of these seem like they're just... tutorial stuff. Yeah. Interesting. Hang on, what about VIPs? XCOM will occasionally be tasked with rescuing or extracting persons of interest to the Resistance. Rescues will require XCOM to free the VIP from an Advent detention cell. Extractions will mean providing a secure escort for the VIP to a predetermined evac point. The spokesman may also request that a hostile VIP be neutralized. In these instances, I cannot read this evening. Disabling and capturing the VIP is preferable to the course of action. If absolutely necessary, the VIP can be terminated. Alright then. All very interesting.
Pyre says it wouldn't surprise me if Valen was working with the aliens. I
don't know. I can't tell if she is
I don't think she was a little too happy to rip into the aliens herself.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I think what we were meant to see from that is that, yeah, she's on the proper side. She was kind of amoral in her pursuit of intel.
That's
like,
true.
I could see it getting skewed either way. Like
I
that.
still would trust her over Tigan.
Yeah, because something about him, I don't know. He's just.
I mean, I suppose Valen could have been one of the moles that let them in, or something. But in the original, I
I don't know. Something ain't right.
Yeah, whether it's Valen that's not right or Tigan that's not right.
Yeah. There's something going on with the staff.
Shen she has no idea.
No, she's kind of the cinnamon roll of this whole operation.
Yeah. She's the brilliant cinnamon roll.
Yeah. Huh. All right. Well, I'm gonna call it here because I think this is a proper stopover point. So again, if anyone is
It's dank and it's mostly metal. This ship isn't all that different from the old base.
Thanks, Bradford.
Thanks, Bradford. Are you trying
So-
to make us feel better?
It's homey
Sort of.
in a rusty sort of way.
In a rusty, alienish sort of
Yeah.
way.
So anyway, if any of y'all, as I said, want me to add to the character bios or anything, just message me the stuff that y'all want me to put in there. I'll put it in the interim of streams. That way it isn't occupying time on stream. And also, if y'all want me to create some of the characters for you, if you want to like sort of look through the options available, I'm sure there are multiple guides available online. And just like send me, here's the numbers of the preset stuff that I want. Feel free to send me that information as well, and I'll create them, and we'll just draw from the character pool later on. So it seems like I can actually create people within the character pool and then hire them later, as we saw with her. So I may do some of that.
That might be random.
It's possible that it is, and we may have just gotten lucky that she was available at the start. So, in any case, a lot of that, feel free to send me that, or we'll do it on stream if people are only available for that. I am enjoying this, so let's see. So as far as first impressions are concerned, I know this is technically the second episode. It's the end of my first session with it, at least. I am incredibly pleased with this. I had heard from just headlines, because as I said, I've avoided detailed reviews of this so far. I had heard that it was pretty much everything offered in Enemy Unknown / Within, just additional, just more added onto it. And I can certainly see that, like the character customization, the fact that, if I recall correctly, the actual combat zones are to some extent procedurally generated. They aren't the static pool of maps that just get recycled for certain kinds of missions, a la the previous game. These are all different every single time, which also ups the ante of the challenge, because there were certain maps in the previous game that one could just start getting a working strategy for and always know, all right, it's this map, if I approach it this way, I'm pretty much assured success. That isn't a factor anymore. So it forces one to stay on one's toes, to actually engage tactically in every single combat. And I like that. It's clearly much more punishing, because I've lost several people already. Thankfully, we haven't lost any of our actual, like, chat people. It's coming, though. I'm sad to say. It's an inevitability. It comes with war. So I'm absolutely adoring this. So I may, as I did with the previous game, start like a personal file that I simply refrain from advancing the story of past the point we're at for the stream series. I may not, because it seems like certain events are semi-randomized, and that I might come across events in another file that I haven't yet in this one, and I want to preserve the first impressions of especially like story events and random things that happen, for the stream. So I don't know, I'll consider that. I may look up how much of the course of events that happen in the game is randomized and make the call after I know that a little more concretely. Otherwise, certainly stick around for this.
Gus says, oops, with that one of us is now dead.
Probably. So every week, assuming I haven't had any issues like I have this past week, as far as my sleep schedule is concerned, this is the Friday stream series for the foreseeable future. Probably for the next, honestly, couple of months to come, given that we're only streaming it once a week.
Unless we decide to do twice a week.
Which is possible. And I have heard that the campaign in this game is...
Longer?
Not significantly longer. It is appreciably longer than the previous campaign, which is to say it'll probably take a little longer. And that one took, I think, like 10 episodes, so that was also a few months. It's safe to say we're going to end up playing this on stream weekly for a while.
Ghost asks what's up with Fallout.
Fallout is going to happen just whenever I feel like streaming it again. I was making it a Friday thing for a while, pretty much until this came out. So
We're not abandoning it.
I'm not abandoning it. I'm not dropping it off. It's just going to happen pretty much on an unannounced schedule. Kind of the way I'm still keeping up with Dragon Age Origins. Those are still happening. They're still going to get finished. It's just a more erratic schedule for those. Just whenever I feel like it, whenever I have time. Usually it's going to probably fall on days when I've already released something I've already edited, I've already done the rest of my work, and I still have a few hours left in the time I usually set aside to work. I may just decide, all right, we'll stream something instead of me recording more episodes to stack onto my content cache. I may just stream on those days. So that's pretty much the plan moving forward from here. I have awaited this for months now, because the first XCOM game. Well, I keep making that technical error. The previous XCOM game, Enemy Unknown and Within.
So I will now have to watch it on YouTube after the fact. Okay.
Probably.
Well.
If it happens at a time of day that you're available, that's cool. I can't promise it. Where was I? I was gonna say something. Something about the previous game. I can't
Previous
remember.
XCOM something something. I don't know.
I can't remember. My mind just as I said, I haven't slept a lot this week. I slept enough last night that I could actually stream this evening. That doesn't mean I'm fully charged again, though.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, clearly it wasn't that important. So I'm just kind of yammering on at this point.
Don't labor over it. Let's just cut and go.
Yeah. So, all right,
all
I made the stream save. So, quit to desktop.
And don't forget before we go to bed for tonight to change my car.
Yeah, I'll make.
I don't know if having it listed as a specific one means that no matter what, when she gets promoted.
Yeah, it may auto promote her to that class if we set this is what we want in a preference ahead of time.
And I don't want to be support.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. I may also, just as kind of a little spin-off thing, I don't know if I could upload the character presets anywhere. I'll check into that and see if I can.
It does say that there's a import.
Yeah, and I also saw, actually I can show you all this real quick here. If I start, can I, I need to click on monitor capture. Give me just a second, guys. If I monitor capture, there's a workshop tab here. I don't know what that means. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Let's find out what that means. So, we'll full screen you.
It's Steam.
SMG pack adds 3 new submachine. Can I get voice packs from this?
I don't know.
Muton Centurion Alien pack, Leader pack. What are these?
I don't know.
I'm always so excited when I see workshop support for games that I love, because that just means there's more to love, and it'll just keep coming.
What is Avatar Project? That sounds cool.
I have no idea. Doubles the number of points needed until completion of the Avatar Project.
Oh.
I assume that's some kind of quest thing.
Dang it, I was hoping for characters.
So it's like a pseudo long war kind of thing. Accurate swords. Alright, so these are a lot of mods. So
Wait.
Wish
Finland.
granted. I said I wanted much more modularity and modability for, applying mods to this game, and it seems like
Finland? Is that a Finnish voice?
when aliens attack, Finns decide to take control of Sweden for their own protection. Replaces Sweden with Finland. Implements the following changes: country name changed, UI flag changed, uniform flag changed. Okay, interesting.
That's weird, but okay.
I guess that's just for Finnish people that don't want to feel left out, which I can certainly understand.
No.
An Abraham Lincoln hat. All right, so
Just straight up.
clearly there is more to love here. Jack, custom soldier class, Masters of None, known for their flexibility. All right, so it's a red mage kind of thing, the jack of all trades. Interesting. Oh, there is so much more to love with this game. It's just gonna keep coming. I love it.
Exciting.
I love it. So, I'll check into some more of what is available in that. I'm sure more mods will come out through the workshop, in the coming week.
Well,
and
considering it's been out 2 days.
yeah, and there's already a couple of pages worth. So I'll check in with y'all for what I've learned in the next stream. Just suffice it to say, I think we are in for a lot of really interesting content. Hopefully from the stream series, and also just from the game in the workshop in the coming days, weeks, and months. Like I think this is the start of something really cool. So, cheers to everyone who has stuck around this evening and is catching this on the export. Apologies again for the interruption. Like I said, we'll make little adjustments to our setup to make sure that hopefully it doesn't happen. Sometimes our connection just cuts out though, and it isn't anything to do with Steam updates or anything like that. Our connection just isn't always all that stable. So happens.
It's because we're using weird.
Yeah, we're using weird shenanigans with the wires across this entire house. It's kind of a miracle that our connection even works at all. So the fact that it's as stable as it is, I can't complain too much when little things go wrong.
Respec mod might be good.
Ooh, all right, that could work. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover. So, thank you all kindly, and stick around next week for the next chapter in XCOM 2. I'm Kinsmarck here at Lessable Press.
I'm Violeta.
And as always, wish you all good gaming and Godspeed.
Bye.
So now let me check over to the chat so we can say goodnight to people. Because like I said, it's a little policy we're lifting from GT Live.
We have to say goodnight to Sketch Pyro.
Yep, so goodnight to Pyro. And to the Shield family. Thank you for sticking
and
around.
To the Shield family, yes.
As well as to Ghost, our good friend of the
I already
evening.
said Ghost.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did.